It is the Marion County Tournament Championship game coming your way tonight on the ISC Sports Network. It is great to have you with us as the Lawrence North Wildcats get set to battle the Franklin Central Flashes. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know. Find out more at edmartin.com. By Galitko and Daly, work, injury, lawyers. Learn more at indianaworkers.com and indymalpractice.com. By Lawrence Township Schools. Learn more about Lawrence excellence at ltschools.org. And by West Point Financial. Financial clarity in a world of infinite information. Visit westpointfinancialgroup.com to learn some of the little-known secrets for saving for college. Well, Lawrence North is the number 2 team in Class 4A in this one with a record of 13-0 as they get ready to battle the Franklin Central Flashes, who are 8-6. Lawrence North last won this Marion County tournament in 2021 when they had back-to-back tournament championships in 20 and 21 and lost in the championship last year. As for Franklin Central, they're in their first Marion County tournament final since 2014. The last one they won was in 2007. My partner tonight, Mike Broughton. Mike, you have watched quite a bit of this Marion County tournament. You were here last night calling the action with Greg Rakestraw. Let's first start with Franklin Central. They were down most of the game against Warren Central, come back to win it.
Yeah, Coach Ballard put his 3 bigs out there at the end of the third quarter and the start of the fourth, and for whatever reason, Warren Central had a little trouble shooting over them. They got a lot of rebounds on the offensive end, and they took like they were down really the whole game, got down as much as 13, came back in the fourth quarter and, just pulled ahead and played a great second half to get them here. They beat Ben Davis, and they beat Southport, and now they beat Warren Central, and this is going to be their toughest test.
And yeah, speaking of Lawrence North, they're in the midst of a special season, 13-0. There have been a lot of great basketball teams at Lawrence North over the years, as you know. What makes this group really tough to deal with?
Well, they're 9 deep. I think the second team probably in practice could beat the first sometimes. They got big kids on the inside in McGrew, a sophomore, and Miller. And then I think they probably got the best guard in the state in Robinson. So they're going to come at you. They're going to attack you. And if you're not ready to play, they're going to punch you in the face and just take it from you.
As for the journey that Lawrence North had to get here, they beat Lawrence Central 67-59 in this tournament on January 9th, then knocked off Pike 68-56, and then defeated North Central 73-53 on Friday night to get here. We will pause to honor our country with the playing of the national anthem, and when we come back, starting lineups and tip-off from Southport High School. You're watching the Marion County Tournament Championship game on the ISC Sports Network.
Welcome to Lawrence Township Schools, the district of destination, where students with diverse backgrounds, interests, talents, and goals belong to the LT school community without compromising individuality and uniqueness. Where rich programming for all ability levels and aspirations empowers everyone to reach their potential. Where life skills, cross-cultural collaboration, critical thinking, problem-solving, effective communication, and empathy are valued like test scores. We're achieving academic, personal best and developing into well-rounded future leaders defines excellence. Lawrence Township students are future ready, earning thousands of dual credits, career advancement opportunities, and participating in the Indiana College Corps in a one-to-one learning environment. A winning tradition in both athletics and performing arts. Champions live here. In Lawrence Township Schools, we celebrate equitable student outcomes and first-class educational facilities. Gain the LT advantage today. Learn more at ltschools.org.
What is incredible about our firm is we care about making families financially safe and making a difference in their future lives.
Whether it's retirement, investment related, helping their kids go to college, it's really connecting the dots and getting them to where they want to be.
The community that happens at the office and at events really enhances my life and the life of my family.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
Well, let's meet the starting lineups first for the Lawrence North Wildcats. They are going with Brennan Miller, the 6'7" sophomore forward who's averaging 11 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists per game, and is an 80% free throw shooter. Kobe Bowles, a 6'1" senior guard, averaging 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. He led Lawrence North with 14 points last night. Miles Baker, a 5'10" senior guard who averages 9 points and 2 rebounds a game. Xavier Robinson, a 6'2" junior guard, averaging 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. And then Kai McGrew, a 6'8" sophomore forward who's averaging 12 points and 7 rebounds a game. The head coach for the Lawrence North Wildcats is Chris Giffen. In his second year with the program, he has a record of 31-8 overall. If he wins tonight, Giffen would be the first coach in the 105-year history of the county tournament to win both the girls and boys county championships. He won 4 Marion County titles when he coached the girls at Lawrence North from 2012 to 2022. Here's the Franklin Central starting 5 of Josh Moriarty, a 5'11" senior guard, averaging 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. He had 14 in the win last night. Then you have Balin Mosley, a 5'11" senior guard, averaging 5 points, 3 rebounds a game. Carson Back, a 38% three-point shooter at 6'1" junior guard, averages 4 points and 3 rebounds. Edward Hazlett, a 6'7" sophomore forward who averages 16 points and 5 boards. Darius Helm, a 6'6" junior forward, averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds a game. The head coach for Franklin Central is Kyle Ballard. He is in his first year coaching at Franklin Central with that 8-6 mark, but he's also 56 and 52 in 5 years overall of coaching. It is a crowd that I would argue at this point a little bit heavier on the Franklin Central side. A lot of people out with blue and white shirts on. There are some Lawrence North fans as well, but Southport High School always packed to a lot of Marion County fans. However, the Franklin Central group has really showed up well. In the jump circle, it is Darius Helm going up against Kai McGrew. Ball is batted back and won by Lawrence North as Robinson comes down with it.
Well, let's watch early in the game if Franklin Central could rebound with Lawrence North, because Lawrence North are just kind of, when I mentioned punch in the face, they just get like every rebound, and the other team last night, they just couldn't rebound the ball at all through the whole tournament. Robinson
got the first basket of the game for Lawrence North, and a missed 3 by Mosley. Pass break the other way and a layup good for Brennan Miller. Franklin Central's got to get back. They got to get back. They have to have patience on offense. They need to get good shots every time down, take care of the basketball. Moriarty almost stumbled on the baseline, but was able to regather his balance. Back with it, bounces it down to Helm, kicking it out to Moriarty again. He's trapped. Good defense applied by Bowles. And Lawrence North has really come out to play on both sides of the ball in the early going. They need patience like they're doing. They got to get a good shot this possession down. And then the pass by Carson Back, a little bit errant as it was tipped out of bounds, but it stays with the Flashes. As you take a look there at Kai McGrew, that 6'8" sophomore forward. He had 9 points in the win yesterday for the Wildcats. Open is Moriarty for 3, but then at the closing minute, Xavier Robinson blocks the shot. He gets it the other way. Then he gets blocked hard, and that is knocked down by Balin Mosley. Mosley got a piece of it and also hit Robinson. So that is, it's always physical here in this tournament. That was a physical play. Yeah, that was physical, probably a little uncalled for. Robinson had the layup, hit him kind of when he was up in the air. I'm glad neither player got hurt. But Franklin Central's got to get back on defense, and that's what I was talking about. Lawrence North just lights you up right at the beginning of the game. Neither one of these teams shoots free throws well. Lawrence North collectively 67%. Franklin Central at 68% as a team. That might get Lawrence North even more fired up after their best player, Robinson, at 20 points a game, gets knocked to the ground. It's going to be interesting how these next few minutes go. He goes 1 of 2 at the line. He has 3 of Lawrence North's 5. A 3 the other way by Hazlett off the mark. Rebound deflected around. It's loose. Still struggling to get it as Helm. He's able to find his way towards it and dish it off to Hazlett, who gets clobbered underneath. Well, I would say it's physical. Both ends of the court, it's going to be physical.
Neither team has won this in a couple years, so Franklin Central hadn't been here in a long time. So Franklin needs to get them a basket here. They need to get the ball to Hazlitt, or they need to get it to Moriarty. They're the guys that can score the ball.
Kai McGrew picks up that one. They say that foul was on the floor, though. Franklin Central fans wanted a shooting foul. They didn't get it. That one goes off the leg of Back, but he's able to get it before it goes into the back court.
If you're watching on TV, look how far back they've pushed Franklin Central on offense. They got them 2 or 3 steps behind the three-point line.
This is the second time these two teams have played each other this year, and Lawrence Central dominated the first game in the second half, and they won by double digits. And nice feed inside from Robinson to Miller.
Right now, this is not the start Franklin Central wanted. I think Coach Ballard's going to need a timeout here pretty soon. If they don't score on this possession, don't let it get out of hand early.
Back, weaves his way in, picks it up, in trouble. Got to get rid of it, and does finally to Helm. And the Lawrence North fans are coming to life, loving every minute of this.
Lawrence North could just squeeze you to death on the defensive end, which is they're doing right now.
And Hazlitt is fouled on the arm. That's on, they call that one on Brennan Miller, his first, team second in the period. And coming in, Dante Edwards for Franklin Central to replace Carson Back.
Last night, Moriarty, number 10, and Hazlitt, they had good games scoring the basketball. Number 20, Mosley, also played pretty well. They need to get a shot from one of those guys.
Hazlitt looking at a post up, not there. Helm trying to get position. Lawrence North's defense has been terrific at the outset. Driving in, shot does not go from Hazlitt. Ball stuck at the rim, so it is a jump ball, and the possession arrow in this instance favors Franklin Central. And they were starting to walk back on the other side, and their coach Kyle Ballard said, no, we still have the ball, guys.
Well, they have patience on offense. They're doing a good job reversing the ball. Haven't turned it over except one time, but they need a good shot here.
Franklin Central scoring 54 points a game, allowing 55. And Hazlitt knocks down the triple, so nearly 3 minutes into the game, Franklin Central gets on the board.
They don't get back. I don't know what Franklin Central's doing. They make a basket, and they're talking and wandering back, and Lawrence North, again, they just attack you and kind of just beat you to death.
Brennan Miller's been excellent. He's got 6 points so far. A nice up and under move on the other side from Hazlitt, as he has all 5 of their points here in the early going.
Robinson, 23, is a great passer besides leading him in scoring.
And Robinson had it blocked that time by Helm, and the rebound gathered in by McGrew. And then there's Miller again at the rim, misses but got his own board. Out to a three-point shooting Baker, and Baker knocks it down. And he is the third different Lawrence North Wildcat to score in this one. And then he helps pick the pocket of Hazlitt. Second giveaway by Franklin Central. Lawrence North nearly gave it right back, but they're able to hang on.
That's the 5th steal I've watched Robinson get. When you turn your back and spin, Robinson's coming to steal the ball. He had 4 last night, and there's his 5th one today.
Robinson sees an opening. Couldn't get it to go down. The rebound by Helm. Franklin Central on the move with Hazlitt into the corner. That is Edwards, who couldn't get it blocked out of there. Yeah, Edwards teed it up for a moment, but Lawrence North, with the way they harass you, especially Bowles right there, Kobe Bowles, who's just been all over the place on the defensive side of the floor. Lawrence North scores 72 points a game. They allow 55. Moriarty trying to get free. To Edwards, back to Moriarty. And Moriarty able to get it to go down.
Nice play by Moriarty. He was the difference last night in the 4th quarter. Steady, makes plays, good passer, and can score the ball.
And as we saw from Franklin Central last night and several other times throughout the year, they do not go quietly. That one way outside from Baker. He shot that one from the parking lot, and then we have a foul on the rebound.
Yeah, Baker, he makes one. He steps back farther for the next one. They can get a better shot than that with the guys. They got Miller and McGrew on the inside.
That's a problem for Lawrence North. Brennan Miller, who's got 6 points in the early going, just picked up his 2nd foul. He is staying out there, though. And coming out of the game is McGrew. And Caleb Elkins just came in. And that one goes off the fingertips of Edwards. It looked like he had a clean layup, but didn't. Robinson the other way, and Robinson off to a nice start tonight. He's got 5 points. Haslett was calling for it. Moriarty to Edwards, this time from the left corner. And I think we got a push off here on Darius Helm. Yep, that's his first, team second.
So far, Lawrence North has got 3/4 of their points in this game, just beating Franklin Central down the court. They haven't had to work much on offense because they just run down quicker than Franklin Central gets back.
Davion Hampton just came in. He averages 6 points off the bench for Lawrence North. He had 7 last night, 6'3" junior guard. Bowles trying to make a move, dishes to Miller. And Miller just continues his hot performance in the first quarter. Got 8.
Full court man-to-man pressure now by Lawrence North. They're kind of picking it up when they start subbing. They start picking up the pressure.
Driving left, Edwards trying to find a seam, and he got bumped on the baseline. This is on Hampton, who just picked up his first, and that is the 4th in the quarter on Lawrence North.
You play right into Lawrence North's hands if you dribble the ball down and shoot before you pass it, because they'll take off with it. That time there was a foul, but if you do that, they're going to take off and lay it in and stuff it in on the other end.
Edwards shoots 50% from the free throw line this year, but he's able to get his first point of the game there. Moriarty checks out, and Valen Mosley comes back in. And Lawrence North brings in Cameron Webster for Bowles. The second free throw from Edwards, off the mark, and skying for the rebound is Miller.
Miller got about 15 rebounds last night, and he's taken off where he was yesterday. He's got a lot here in the first quarter.
Miller handing off to Robinson, trying to get some space, makes a move, kicks it out to Hampton. Lawrence North always usually has great ball handlers over the years. Dump off inside, and right as I say that by Thomas, he helped turn it over, but then they get it right back from Franklin Central as the teams exchange turnovers. And then a traveling violation as they give it right back. Davion Hampton travels, thought he was going to, and that was really because Elijah Thompson comes over and tries to take a charge, and he tried to go around him.
That's their Achilles heel if they have one, Lawrence North. They get going too fast sometimes, and they have rash of turnovers. Last night they had 17. Today they've started with 4.
3 on the way by Edwards. Thompson the offensive board. Thompson has to kick it out. Good ball movement by the Flashes. Jumper does not go down from Helm, and off and running goes Webster. Webster gets tripped and fouled by Edwards. Well, it could have been Edwards or somebody near him because there were several Flashes in the area, and they do call it on Edwards. That is his first and the team's third. Okay, Kyle Ballard sporting the very appropriate tie given the occasion. One more look at the foul there. Davion Hampton will inbound. Webster trying to direct traffic. 5'10" sophomore. Averages 3 points a game off the Lawrence North bench. Robinson trying to work. Couldn't get that one to go down. And the rebound by Helm. Franklin Central on the move. Mosley delivers it to Moriarty, and he got loose, but had a bunny layup that he normally always makes, but misses here. And that leads to a run-out layup and the foul, as that one goes down for Hampton, plus he has a chance at a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
Franklin Central has got to get back on defense. They should send less guys to the offensive board because they're not getting back, and it's just a layup. It's just been a layup-a-thon the first quarter.
And more bad news for Franklin Central as Valen Mosley, one of their key starters, just picked up his second foul and headed to the bench. Carson back on the floor. Free throw by Hampton off the mark. But then there is A chance for Thomas. 3 try for Webster, no. And Thompson gathers it in for Franklin Central. On the move, Moriarty to back. Lost it in the lane, but was fouled. Lawrence North upset because I think they were hoping for a fast break the other way. Cameron Webster picks that one up. Both teams in the penalty for the remaining 20 seconds of the first quarter. And Carson Back has not made a free throw this season, but he's only taken 2 attempts. So this was free throw attempts 3 and 4 for him this year, and he gets in the scoring column there, averages 4 points a game, had 4 last night, and Franklin Central brings on Nehemiah Smith to replace Darius Helm. Back, a 6'1" junior, the second foul shot. Got them both. So Franklin Central an early 3 of 4 at the line as they pull within 8. Robinson brings it up. 7 seconds. Robinson with the crossover. Good ball movement out to Hampton for 3. Offline as that does it for the first quarter. Lawrence North leads it. Back with the second in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
McCulling in time. Oh, no! It's good. This one is good. There you go. Wow, Dawson makes a great catch. Spin, win, 3, bury it for Leland Walker.
Tie the game they do with the dunk by Malik Edmonds. What a play.
Oh, my goodness.
I feel a little momentum starting to fall Ellen's way.
That is Wrestler! Wrestler!
Whoa!
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Rutland Financial Services. Ron Rutland Jr. is a life insurance specialist who's on a mission to help families when they need it the most. Ask about the senior care plan when you call 317-489-5764 or email rutlandinsurance@gmail.com. Today's decision is tomorrow's peace of mind when you call Ron Rutland Jr. 317-489-5764. Lawrence North leading it by 8 as we start the second quarter. Marion County Tournament Championship on the line. Kobe Bowles is back out there for the Lawrence North Wildcats. Bowles dumps it into the corner. Picking it up is McGrew. Back to Bowles for a 3 try. Rebound bounces into the hands of Darius Helm. Leading the way for Franklin Central, Edward Hazlitt with 5. 8 points for Brennan Miller to lead the way for LN. Lob into Thompson, who had an opening for a second, then it closed quickly, as it often does with this Lawrence North defense. But Thompson able to gather it in and patiently find Carson back for the deuce.
Nice pass from a big guy. You know, he took his time instead of rushing. Nice, easy layup.
But then back the other way, LN seems to always finish off of Franklin Central made baskets.
Their baskets today have been probably an average of 3 feet away. Everything they're getting is a layup on the Lawrence North end. Good passing and quickness on the fast breaks.
Last basket goes to Kai McGrew, and then right there a turnover off of the leg of Hazlitt. So Franklin Central has turned it over now in this one 5 times. Lawrence North 13-0, ranked number 2 in Class 4A. These two teams played each other back on December 28th. 68-51 was the final. Lawrence North won it, but it was just a 2-point game at half. Franklin Central, if they get down, they almost always find a way to claw back into it. That shot altered by Helm, and the rebound picked up by Moriarty. He weaves his way down the floor, works with Thompson. Hazlitt dumps it off to Thompson, blocked. Well defended at the last minute by McGrew. Layup missed on the other end by Webster. Miller has it, trying to follow it up. And I think he was fouled before he was tied up. So we'll see what this one is all about. That is against Franklin Central's Carson Back, his first, and the first foul in the second quarter on either team.
Last night, Lawrence North made 2 threes out of about 12 or 13. They don't shoot it real well outside. You got to force them outside and not let them beat you with the penetration like right there.
And that one didn't go down from Hampton. But however, they didn't get the offensive rebound. Then a traveling violation on Cameron Webster. Third turnover by Lawrence North. And back into the game comes Xavier Robinson as he replaces Webster.
You know, Lawrence North is deep. They can run 8 or 9. Franklin Central can play about 7. This is the 4th game in 5 days. Could make a difference late.
And then a steal off the inbound by Hampton. He gets it to Xavier Robinson, who's got the 2-hand dunk. And then a blocking foul by Jamar Thomas, who got a little over aggressive there, his first, and the first on Lawrence North in the second quarter.
Lawrence North, when they sub back in now, Robinson's fresh, Bowles is fresh, so they're coming out with pressure. They're going to start picking you up, chasing you around a little bit.
Dante Edwards just checked back in for Elijah Thompson. Helm to the corner, a 3-try, good from Carson Back. Neither one of these teams shoots it super well from the outside, but Back is probably the best 3-point shooter on the floor right now at 38% on the year. Bowles can't get it to go, but there's the putback and the follow by Kai McGrew. Already 7 offensive rebounds for Lawrence North. They are doing it really well on the offensive board, and they force a turnover here, and the layup is good for Kobe Bowles for his first basket.
Franklin Central does not want to run like this against Lawrence North if they want to be in the game at all.
And LN's lead now 11, the largest of the game. And that one does not go down from Hazlitt. Goes out of bounds, though. Last touched, however, by Brennan Miller. Back into the game, Valen Mosley for Franklin Central. However, he's got to be careful because he's playing with 2 fouls. And that's got to be so deflating if you're Franklin Central. You get a couple baskets, cut it to 7, and Lawrence North pushes it back to 11.
Franklin Central's playing little right now. They only have 1 man on the inside that has any size in Helm. Everybody else is a guard. Got to get back.
That was Moriarty who couldn't get it. And up the floor comes Robinson in traffic. Zips it underneath to McGrew, who somehow stays in bounds. His shot doesn't go down. I think Robinson might have touched it last. No, they say Franklin Central did. The Franklin Central fans didn't like that. Inbound comes in quickly. The shot does not go down from Miller. And off and running come the flashes.
Patience is what they need right now. Get a good shot this possession. You got shooters on the court now.
Back inside, shot missed by Helm, but he's heading to the line.
Good job throwing to the inside that time. You know, Helm had a big advantage down on the post, just missed the shot.
That's Kobe Bowles with the foul, his first, the second on Lawrence North in the quarter. Darius Helm at the foul line, a 69% free throw shooter, but he just got his first point of the game. 5th different Franklin Central player to score. 6 different Lawrence North players have scored. And Helm gets them both. Franklin Central staying in this game at the free throw line right now. They are 5 of 6 from there. As we come up on the midway point of the second quarter. This is Hampton. Trying to look around. 3-try by McGrew, and Kai McGrew hits it. He's got 7. Quickly down the floor, Edwards got it.
Wow, great move by Edwards that time. Went over all of Lawrence North's size and shot that thing in from, and he was going pretty fast.
And that time, so was Kobe Bowles. He was fouled. And they call this one on Darius Helm. That's Helm's second. So when you have guys driving to the basket so much, you're going to draw fouls. And that both teams have some guys in foul trouble. So Helm and Mosley for Franklin Central both have 2 fouls now. Free throw made by Bowles. Bowles and McGrew did not score at all in the first quarter. Now they both have scored here in the second. And Hazlitt checks back in. Back sits down. And for LN, Davian Hampton is out. And back in is Miles Baker, who hit a 3 in the first quarter. And Bowles able to make the free throw. He's got 4 points. The lead is now 12 for Lawrence North.
Yeah, I think Franklin Central right now, they don't want to get out of this game in the first half. 12, pretty big deficit. They really got to take care of the basketball, get some good shots this last 3 minutes.
Edwards with a lob in. Layup good for Darius Helm.
That's a good shot. That's a good start. Leads back down to 10.
And Helm didn't score in the first quarter, but he's got 4 here in the second. McGrew looking around. Oh, pass nearly taken away by Hazlitt, but Baker's got it. Now Baker's in a lot of trouble. Able to get out of it to Bowles. Zips it inside to Miller, and Miller continues to have his way in this one. He's got 10.
Miller's as good a sophomore as there is in the state. He is so good around the basket, and he rebounds the ball like a senior.
Mosley in trouble. Hazlitt from the foul line. Put too much on it, and Miller skies for the rebound, his 3rd. Inside 2.5 to play in the first half. Bowles dancing around. Now this is Baker trying to go to work. Into Robinson, who lost it off his hands, tried to save it, and somehow it bounces into McGrew's hands, and McGrew is fouled. So when it looked like it was a sure turnover for LN, they end up keeping the ball.
That's Robinson's quickness right there. Not many guys could have got to that basketball and not only got to it, but saved it.
Edward Hazlitt picks it up. That's his first, team's 3rd in this quarter. 3-try Baker, no. Rebound deflected around, and we're nearing now 10 offensive rebounds for Lawrence North. You mentioned the rebounding, Mike, and how it can be a problem, and it has been a problem as Miller gets another basket.
Yeah, it's up to 14, and that's what I was talking about, kind of punch you in the face, just rebound, rebound, rebound. They just attack the basket.
Moriarty with the corner 3-try. Does not go down. However, Franklin Central keeps possession here.
That's what they're the best at, and I'll tell you what, there's not many teams in the state that can rebound with them, and Franklin Central right now cannot rebound with them.
Mosley to inbound. Driving left, Edwards ran out of real estate. Had to get it out of there to Moriarty. 90 seconds left in the first half. I'm John Herrick along with Mike Broughton. Good to have you with us on the ISC Sports Network for the Marion County Tournament Championship game. As Hazlitt's shot rejected by Bowles. That is a 6'7" sophomore forward getting blocked by a 6'1" senior guard.
Yeah, and I think he can block it again here if he tries to shoot it.
And Hazlitt this time called for the charge. So Hazlitt, Mosley, and Helm all have 2 fouls for Franklin Central. And he can't believe it.
That's a tough call. Hazlitt did a good job on the post that time. Leaned in a little bit, may got a little body, but I think that's an okay play for Hazlitt, even though he got his 2nd foul. You got to create space in there because they're getting the shots blocked.
Elijah Thompson back out on the floor for the Flashes. Robinson, he's got a wicked first step. He just does. And then Miller just continues to crash the boards, missing that shot. Then Thompson gets it, and he's tied up, but the arrow is with Franklin Central.
You know, Miller, the last 2 games, had double-figure rebounds in the first half of both games. He's by far the best rebounder on the floor, maybe one of the best rebounders in the state. You know, Franklin Central's just looking around. Who's going to steal it from me? You know, they just feel like there's like 7 of them out there instead of 5 players. They're just so quick.
Moriarty. Now to Hazlitt. Hazlitt down the lane, fouled. Couldn't go down. See what they call this on. That's on Brennan Miller, his second. So Miller's got 2, and he is the only Lawrence North player with 2 fouls. All the other guys that have them have 1. Hazlitt to the line.
Hazlitt's had a good first half last night. He only had 1 basket in the game and some free throws. He's a lot more aggressive today and got off to a lot better start against Lawrence North.
And Miller sits down with those 2 fouls. Jamar Thomas, 6'4" sophomore forward, off the bench for him. Second one, got it. 35-23. Ed Martin Automotive Group's proud to support both the Bears and the Wildcats when it comes to your next car. Ed Martin is the only name you need to know. Be sure to find out more at edmartin.com. Proud to support, again, both the teams in this game.
One shot for Lawrence North, 15 seconds left, up 12. Bowles can take it, Robinson can take it. Well, they got about 5 guys that can all take it to the basket.
Bowles decides not to. Baker pulls up from 2-point range, nearly got it to go down, and got decked by Edwards.
Baker's the only one that doesn't really drive to the basket. He's kind of a 3-point specialist. He made 2 yesterday, hadn't shot it that well in the tournament. But overall, he's their best outside shooter. He's shooting 40% from 3 going into the game tonight.
And Baker able to make the free throw. So now Edwards just picked up his second. Edwards, Mosley, Hazlitt, and Helm all with 2 fouls. Lawrence North deciding to drop everybody back. Franklin Central will have less than 2 seconds to work with as Baker makes them both. And then a long heave down the floor by Back, and that does it for half number 1. A half that saw Lawrence North lead by double digits most of the way. Got off to a good start in the first quarter, expanded on it in the second in the Marion County Tournament Championship game. Our halftime show comes up when we come back on the ISC Sports Network.
Welcome to Lawrence Township Schools, the district of destination, where students with diverse backgrounds, interests, talents, and goals belong to the LT school community without compromising individuality and uniqueness. Where rich programming for all ability levels and aspirations empowers everyone to reach their potential. Where life skills, cross-cultural collaboration, critical thinking, problem-solving, effective communication, and empathy are valued like test scores. We're achieving academic, personal best and developing into well-rounded future leaders defines excellence. Lawrence Township students are future ready, earning thousands of dual credits, career advancement opportunities, and participating in the Indiana College Corps in a one-to-one learning environment. A winning tradition in both athletics and performing arts. Champions live here. In Lawrence Township Schools, we celebrate equitable student outcomes and first-class educational facilities. Gain the LT advantage today. Learn more at ltschools.org.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
Well, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Galitko and Daly. Turn to experienced lawyers for help at Galitko and Daly PC. Our passionate goal is to bring the power of the law to meet the needs of the injured and those that have suffered medical harm. Learn more at indianaworkers.com and indymalpractice.com. Along with Mike Broughton, I'm John Herrick. This is a game that is handily in the hands of the Lawrence North Wildcats as they are ahead 37-23 23 over the Franklin Central Flashes in what is a rematch of a game from earlier this year, earlier this season. It was in 2023, late in the calendar year, back on December 28th, that Lawrence North was able to win 68-51. And ironically enough, Franklin Central since that time has gone on a 5-game winning streak until they have to play Lawrence North here again tonight. Mike, what's been the reason, do you think, for Lawrence North being able to be so dominant in that first half?
Well, they really just shot, except for 1-3, they shot all layups because they either get the rebound and lay it in, or they beat Franklin Central down the court and lay it in, and that's a problem. If you're going to send all those bodies to rebound the ball at this end, Franklin Central, and they don't have more than, they need 2 or 3 guys back because Lawrence North goes downhill really well.
And then you talked about it, rebounding before the game. If Franklin Central was going to stay in it, they were going to have to really compete on the glass, and they've given up 9 offensive rebounds to Lawrence North.
Yeah, you can't give Lawrence North 20 rebounds, and that's why Lawrence North just attacks you and then they finish you. They attack you and finish you, and that's what they did with Franklin Central.
We'll do a full first half breakdown, give you the statistics and much more when we come back in a moment on the ISC Sports Network.
What is incredible about our firm is we care about making families financially safe and making a difference in their future lives.
Whether it's retirement, investment related, helping their kids go to college, it's really connecting the dots and getting them to where they want to be.
The community that happens at the office and at events really enhances my life and the life of my family.
Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't. Have you been injured at work? Visit your work injury lawyers at indianaworkers.com. We help injured workers. For a free consultation, go to indianaworkers.com, a division of Galitko and Daly. We go to work when you can't.
What's in a name? What's in a name? Ed Martin Automotive Group, the only name you need to know.
Well, let's break down the first half stats in this one for the Lawrence North Wildcats. They were led in scoring by Brennan Miller, who has 12 points. He's also got 2 fouls, though, so he's got to be careful there. Xavier Robinson, 7 points for both he and Kai McGrew. 5 points for Miles Baker, 4 for Kobe Bowles, and 2 for Davion Hampton. For Franklin Central, they have 2 players with 7 points, Carson Back and Edward Hazlitt. And then 4 points for Darius Helm, 3 for Dante Edwards, and 2 for Josh Moriarty. So, Mike, if you're looking at Franklin Central and a way for them to get back in this game, who do you think really has to step up and find a way to get it going?
Well, I think Hazlitt and Moriarty got to score it. I think they got to get the ball inside because they did have some luck inside with Thompson on the inside, so they can go in there a little bit and then kick out. But the main thing they need to talk about is how do you get back? And I think the best way, send 2 to the board, send 3 back. Shot goes up, 3 run back, 2 stay, try to rebound, and then they can stop that rush because Lawrence North's not very good in the half-court offense today. They're just good on rebounds and laying it in off the fast break.
Some Lawrence North fans over there just realized they are on TV. Hello to you too, gentlemen. They have got to be among a happy group as they lead it by 14 points in this Marion County Tournament Championship game. It has been a while for both of these programs. When you look at in terms of what they've been able to do in this tournament for Lawrence North, they won the tournament in 2020 and 2021. They lost it in the championship last year. Franklin Central's in this championship for the first time since 2014. The last time they won the Marion County tournament was 2007, so it has been 17 years. Both teams about to head back out on the floor to warm back up. Lawrence North's already done that. I'm sure we'll see Franklin Central momentarily. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half from Southport High School on the ISC Sports Network.
Welcome to Lawrence Township Schools, the district of destination, where students with diverse backgrounds, interests, talents, and goals belong to the LT school community without compromising individuality and uniqueness. Where rich programming for all ability levels and aspirations empowers everyone to reach their potential. Where life skills, cross-cultural collaboration, critical thinking, problem-solving, effective communication, and empathy are valued like test scores. We're achieving academic, personal best and developing into well-rounded future leaders defines excellence. Lawrence Township students are future ready, earning thousands of dual credits, career advancement opportunities, and participating in the Indiana College Corps in a one-to-one learning environment. A winning tradition in both athletics and performing arts. Champions live here. In Lawrence Township Schools, we celebrate equitable student outcomes in first-class educational facilities. Gain the LT advantage today. Learn more at ltschools.org.
Ball here. Harris scores. With 19 seconds. Fake players, big boy. I'm telling you right now, that's awesome. I love it. That's the finish. You get a layup, take it, and an and one. Out of here. Brewer jams it home.
That ball wiggles in and into the back of the net.
A little fireworks in the first half. Throw it up for Tillman. Oh, my goodness. 122-6-0 for Penn.
What a swim! Six of them.
And tonight's broadcast of the Marion County Tournament Championship game brought to you in part by Lawrence Township Schools. The Metropolitan School District of Lawrence Township is the district of destination where excellence empowers everyone to reach their full potential. Students are diverse in interests, talents, backgrounds, and goals. Their many voices facilitate robust discussions, greater knowledge, and mutual respect. Through innovation and dedication, we educate all students through graduation. Learn more about Lawrence Excellence at ltschools.org. Along with Mike Broughton, I'm John Herrick. Big thanks to Vince Morellis, our technical director, and all of our camera operators tonight with you. It's been a very fun week on ISC covering the Marion County Tournament, always one of the most competitive tournaments in the state. Franklin Central fans, as you look at the student section, they showed up well and have made noise to start the game, but found themselves down 8 at the end of the first quarter and now 14 here to begin the third quarter. Jumper by Robinson to get us started. No, the rebound by Hazlitt. Up ahead to Moriarty, and Moriarty hits the reverse layup. He's got 4.
That's a good start. They got down the court. Made a good play, got a good rebound, played some defense the first possession. Need a few more stops in a row here, down 12.
Robinson got the step. He's just so fast. Yeah, so tough to defend.
His outside shooting has really been suspect this week, but I'll tell you what, going downhill, no one's been able to guard him.
That's probably why he's driving to the basket so much. He's got 9. Back, draws some defenders in, and then kicks it out to Hazlitt for a 3 that's way off the mark. Robinson gathers the rebound, up ahead to McGrew, layup good.
There's another possession where they're all looking to guard their man instead of get back and guard the ball and get back on defense into the lane.
McGrew and Robinson each have 9. Moriarty on the other side, getting in with a 3.
Well, that's the way he shot it last night. He hit some key shots down the stretch.
Well, Franklin Central has certainly shown flashes, pun intended there, absolutely, to start the second half offensively. Can they start getting stops defensively? 3 try by Robinson. No, but the tip up by Miller as he gets another offensive rebound. This time Bowles for 3. Rebound, chase down, it's loose and picked up by Mosley, and Mosley has the layup, his first basket of the game.
Nice job by Mosley, out hustling Robinson for the basketball. Franklin Central down 11.
Gets the Franklin Central crowd back into it a little bit. 3 try by Baker, the ball is stuck in the rim. That means it's a jump ball. Possession arrow Franklin Central.
Well, I think Coach Ballard couldn't ask for any better start here in the third quarter. 7-2 run, down 11 with the ball, Franklin Central.
Hazlitt. Mosley now has himself in trouble, gets it to Helm, who lost it, but able to get it back. Mosley open. Left it short, offensive rebound Helm. Mosley again, short a second time.
That was shorter.
Baker the rebound. Robinson steps into one. And the rebound had, well, it went into Helm's hands for a moment, then got stripped by McGrew. Back a three. Hazlitt the rebound though. And Hazlitt able to score. He wanted the foul, but at least he got the bucket. He's got 9 to lead Franklin Central, and Lawrence North needs to talk about it.
Good timeout. Good timeout by Lawrence North to stop the run.
And it was a 14-point lead at half. They have cut it down to 9, 41 to 32. So when these two teams played each other the first time, the first half was more competitive with FC only down 2. But then in the second half, is when Lawrence North pulled away. And so far in this one, Mike, the first half was the half that Lawrence North dominated, and Franklin Central starting to turn it on here.
Well, it kind of looks like to me Lawrence North just kind of wandered out here for the second half. They were up a bunch of points, and they really not focused, and the shots have been poor shots. They haven't got back on defense. Franklin Central's beaten them back, and except for the one layup, they haven't got anything offensively going. Got to wake up. It's not over till it's over.
Right. It is Brennan Miller, Kobe Bowles, along with Kai McGrew, Xavier Robinson, and Miles Baker, the starting 5 for Lawrence North. For Franklin Central, Josh Moriarty, Darius Helm, Carson Back, Edward Hazlitt, and Valen Mosley. So both teams with their starting 5 out of that timeout.
I like this move by Franklin Central, 2-3 zone, maybe force an outside shot. The question is, can they get the rebound?
Yeah, Lawrence North has only made 2 threes so far. Can they get a third one here from Baker? Yep. And Baker has now 2 of the made Lawrence North threes. On the other side, 3 knocked down by Moriarty. That's his second one of the quarter. He's got 10 points.
Moriarty is a good shooter. He shot well in the second half. He's the reason why they're here in the final game.
Mike referencing his 14-point performance last night, which helped catapult them over Warren Central. Robinson trying to find something. Of course, you don't want to play too aggressively if you're LN with the lead, but you don't want to play not to lose either. Robinson draws a crowd. Out to Miller. Miller drops it in.
That's nice patience that time. Good pass by Robinson. Miller's going to make that shot from 14 feet.
And Miller now has 14 points. The 11-point advantage back to Lawrence North. They've led by double digits most of the way. Hazlitt with a response, though. He's got 11.
That's the best move I've seen him make in the 2 days. He took 2 guys on, laid it in. Lead is 9.
Now can they get stops on the other side? Robinson lost the handle into McGrew, and McGrew uses that size and muscle to score.
Well, the zone's not going to do any good if they don't move their feet on defense.
Stripped by Hazlitt, had it knocked out of his hands by Bowles, then he missed the shot, and Bowles the rebound. He pushes, he drives, he attacks, he shoots, he scores.
Well, the zone, the top of the zone can't stop any penetration, so they might as well go back man to man, and again, Lawrence North attacked him after the timeout.
Now the lead back to 13. On the drive, layup, no good from Moriarty. The rebound by McGrew. Franklin Central fans wanted a foul call. They don't get it. Robinson might have gotten fouled on the arm. This is the first foul in the quarter on either team.
Well, you know, as well as Franklin Central's played this third quarter, they're still down 13. So Lawrence North, that timeout was a good timeout call by Coach Giffen, and they got themselves going here.
That one was on Valen Mosley. He has to check out with 3 fouls now. Dante Edwards off the bench comes in. Bowles to play it in. He looks around for help and gets it. This is Robinson with it. Jamar Thomas back into the game off the bench. He averages 4 points a game, but has not scored tonight. He comes out to get the ball now.
Franklin Central back man-to-man. The zone didn't work, so they're back just playing their guy.
And Davion Hampton was the other sub who checked in at the last break. Layup does not go down, but then the tip in by Miller does.
Yeah, Miller's everywhere. Lawrence North not getting back.
Back for 3, might have gotten deflected by Bowles. It did. Bowles says he kept it in play, but he stepped out, says the referee. That is a break for Franklin Central. Coach Chris Giffen of Lawrence North telling his team to get back. What a heck of a job he's done as the varsity boys basketball coach, and now his 2nd year. He has a 31-8 record. Bad pass by Haslett off the inbound, stolen by Bowles, and he has the easy dunk. Bowles with 8 points. It was a 9-point lead. In the blink of an eye, it's back up to 17. Back for 3, and he's fouled on the 3-point shot by Xavier Robinson. That dunk certainly worth another look. Franklin Central's been plagued by 8 turnovers, and that turnover is what led to that dunk. But now you're putting back at the line. He's 2 of 2 tonight and has 3 free throws here. Able to hit that one. Back averages 4, he's got 8. So he's having one of his best games, not just of the tournament, but of the season. And Cameron Webster is in to replace Bowles. Bowles got off to a bit of a slow start offensively, but he's got 8 points now. After having none in the first quarter, he has scored 4 in both the second and third quarters. Takes a breather. And those were 3 big free throws made by back. Franklin Central needed all of them. They've made a living at the free throw line. They are 10 of 11 collectively. Can they get a stop here, though, as we closer to the end of the third quarter? Webster backs it out. 3 try by Miller, air ball, and the rebound by Helm. Haslett down the lane. Haslett with a left hand finishes.
Nice move by Haslett. He kind of shoved the guy off, but he got to the goal. It's physical on the inside.
I think if Franklin Central can get a stop here and maybe another bucket to get it under 10, they got to like their chances, especially since it was 17 a moment ago. And they almost got a steal. Knocked away. Edwards, this time they do get the steal. 3 by Moriarty. Bullseye! Josh Moriarty, his 3rd 3 of the third quarter.
Back to 9. Moriarty had a big quarter here. Hit 3 threes in this quarter.
And down the lane comes Webster. Misses, and the rebound by Helm. Probably a quicker shot than Lawrence North wanted. Moriarty again. Didn't get the roll. Hampton clears it. 15 seconds. Now he wants to slow it up. Gives to Robinson and gives Robinson a screen. Robinson dumps it off Miller. Missed it, but got it back in plenty of time to lay it in before the horn sounds. What an exciting third quarter that was. Lawrence North finds themselves up by 11, though, as we go to the fourth on the ISC Sports Network.
Let's go through.
Shot at the buzzer. She got it! Oh, my goodness, what a shot!
Hello! Did it again. Hello!
Made the highlight reel again. That goes to Mentor and all kinds of room to run. Down the middle of the field, and he will not be touched. Jackson, hello! There we go.
Stokes throws it, caught, ball ricochets.
Wow.
A huge
hit. Wow. This has been an amazing display of goal scoring.
Jackson takes the handoff, throws the deep ball. He's got a man. Catch made. Rolling, throwing, has a man. First down, the grab by Cyrus. Billingsley keeps. Billingsley spins away from the tackle. Still going. Touchdown, Snyder.
Well, before we start the fourth quarter of this one, we ask, are you in the fourth quarter of saving for college? At West Point Financial Group, we offer financial clarity in a world of infinite information. This season, West Point has partnered with the College Funding Coach Program to bring you an informative workshop about the little-known secrets of paying for college. Visit westpointfinancialgroup.com to learn more about how we can help families like you. It has been a thrilling game here. A lot of big plays made by both teams, especially in that third quarter. As Robinson gets stripped on that way to the basket, Franklin Central tries to cash in on the other side, and they do with the bucket from Dante Edwards.
Coach Ballard's keeping Franklin Central in the game. They're staying tough. They're a little tougher than they were yesterday, but after beating Ben Davis and Warren Central, they get this chance to win this game, and they're playing awful hard.
Bowles back into the game. He drives down the lane and kicks to Hampton. Lawrence North only had 3 turnovers at halftime, but they have 5 here in the second half. Make it 6, and that's their 9th of the game. Up ahead, Edwards, blocked at the rim by Bowles. What a play, and then the rebound by Miller. That's how Lawrence North, they've won, they've stayed undefeated. They've won so many games a variety of ways, sometimes with their offense, sometimes with their defense. Nice shovel pass into McGrew, and McGrew is able to score. He's got 13. Miller leads the way with 18. Edwards blocked by McGrew, and then he's fired up after that.
Good play by Miller on the other end. Nice bounce pass to McGrew.
And look at McGrew close out. We've seen 3 block shots by Lawrence North players on 3-point field goal tries by Franklin Central. Hazlitt, had a man open for a second. He missed Thompson, though. Now Thompson gets it.
Lawrence North's done a poor job getting back the second half.
And Moriarty hit 3 threes in the third quarter, but he's missed his last 2. However, he does have 13 points. They're not even remotely in this game without him. Hampton on the attack. The double team comes. He tries to dribble his way through it, and he travels.
See, that's where you were just selfish with the ball. They needed an extra pass in there. He just tried to take too many guys on at one time.
And he's upset as he expresses his frustration there. There's Coach Giffen trying to sweat this one out and make some history. There's never been a basketball coach that's won both a girls and boys Marion County tournament title. Giffen trying to change that, and that certainly helps as Xavier Robinson pokes away a steal and then gets a dunk. Edwards telegraphs the pass, and it's stolen by Bowles. There's Robinson, another dunk. A lot of athletic plays made by Lawrence North in this one.
Leads back up to 15 because if you turn it over against Lawrence North, they're going to dunk it at the other end.
10 turnovers by the Flashes. Make it 11. As the turnover on the traveling violation that time by Hazlitt. This has been how the game has gone. If you're just joining us, every time it looks like Franklin Central makes a run, plays like this happen for Lawrence North. Several dunks, and they've all happened off of turnovers. Hampton comes down with it, then he turns it right back over. He's had 4 of them by himself. Mosley on the drive. Thompson was motoring his way through the lane. Now Helm with it. Moriarty's had a bit of a cooling off period from 3, so he doesn't take it this time. Mosley, though, he's got an opening, and he uses it to score. Nice. Mosley with just his second basket.
Nice move by Mosley. Instead of settling for an outside shot, both teams are tired. You got to attack the basket because it's 4th game in 5 days.
that is one of the things about the Marion County tournament that makes it tough. It goes Tuesday through Saturday every year. And then off the hands, Hampton just has had so many problems hanging on to the basketball. Franklin Central trying to make them pay, and they do with Hazlitt down the lane, and Hazlitt's got 15, and a timeout is called. And Franklin Central's the one who calls it. It is a 30 as Hazlitt get one more look at that nifty play of his, as Coach Kyle Ballard will talk it over. Here's the other thing I've been impressed with, Mike. Even though Franklin Central may not win this game, maybe they will, who knows? It's 4.5 minutes, plenty of basketball. Kyle Ballard's had the same expression on his face the whole time. This is his first year coaching, and he seems like he's got a good grip on it.
They really like him, and they really play for him, and he makes good adjustments on the court. And some coaches can just keep kids in games, and he's been able to do that.
Yeah, it was an 8-point lead for Lawrence North to start off. They began this game with, if you might remember, a 7-0 run before Franklin Central finally scored. And then it's just been an uphill battle for the Flashes all night. And if you've paid any attention to Franklin Central, though, they've won games by coming back or playing hard in the fourth quarter and salting games away or just chipping away at leads. And I think Lawrence North knows that.
They came out of the timeout in a 1-2-2 half-court trap. Lawrence North broke it. They need to move their feet now here at 4.5, see if they get a steal or at least get a good rebound and give them one shot only.
Bowles trying to get around Mosley. Knows the clock is his friend. On the attack. Almost threw it away, did Robinson, but Bowles tracked it down. Bowles through the lane, and he dunks it with the left hand. Oh my goodness, Kobe Bowles with the finish, with authority. And then on the other side, Moriarty can't get the three.
Well, that might have ended Franklin Central, because that was quite a dunk right there. You don't see that very often.
My goodness, what a way to get your 9th and 10th points. And again, Bowles is the point guard. So you don't expect always the point guard to have dunks like that. Baker's fouled by Hazlitt again. Yep, time working against Franklin Central now. They've got a foul. Although at least they'll probably have to foul more than they want to. There he sees that opening, and you see his eyes get real wide knowing he's got the flush down. What a play. Bowles comes to get the inbound. About 3 minutes left now. Baker. Fouled by Moriarty. Just the first on Moriarty, and just the second foul in the quarter on Franklin Central. So they've got 3 more to get to the foul limit and put Lawrence North at the line where they'll be shooting 2. Unless they can somehow get a steal. And there's Moriarty committing the foul again. This is the hard part when you don't have a lot of fouls that you've committed to this point. Now you've got to start fouling to try to stop the clock, knowing the other team's going to play keep away against you. Oh, fouled by Helm. And Helm didn't, he's like, hey, I didn't mean to push you over that hard. Good sportsmanship to help him up.
I don't think he did push him that hard. I think he was just off balance and fell down.
Helm picks up his 3rd, and that is the final foul that Franklin Central could give here. So the next one puts Lawrence North at the line for free throws, which goes into Baker's hand. And that's on Valen Mosley. So Mosley has no more to give. He's got 4, so that's kind of been his trouble tonight, has been his foul trouble. And Baker's knocked down 2 threes. He's also hit 2 free throws. He averages 9 points a game, and he's got 8, so he can get over his season average if he can knock both of these down. And here's the thing, Mike, when you're 13-0 and Lawrence North possibly on your way here to being 14-0, you got to find ways to win games in a variety of ways. And they've won games that are physical. They've won games that are in the half court. They've run games where you've had a track meet. That's what's been so impressive about this bunch.
Yeah, they hustle, like diving for the ball right there, giving the extra. And there's Miller with another rebound basket.
Yep, and now Miller's got 20 points.
I think this is the biggest lead now, 16.
Well,
they've kind of broke the
17.
game over.
It was 17 earlier.
17.
But yeah, it's been hovering right around that mark most of the second half. And Miller the rebound. So Miller's got a double-double now. That is his 10th board. 20 points, 10 rebounds. Franklin Central can try to trap as long as they can. Of course, Lawrence North knows the clock. They know the situation. Baker tries to get a little creative. It almost turned it over. And I think Baker's going to be coming out of the game. And the layup is good there for Miller because Coach Chris Giffen, I don't think he liked that behind-the-back play considering the circumstances, as the layup is good from Edward Haslett, who's had a great tournament for Franklin Central.
Well, we're down to a minute 44, so we know who the victor is. It's just a question of how bad it's going to be here at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, Baker comes out, does get a nice ovation from his teammates. He feels happy with that. And Chris Giffen about to make history as the head coach for this Lawrence North Ball Club. And what another block there by McGrew, and then threw it off the leg of Edwards to keep the possession. And McGrew has now 3 block shots. You might remember he had that block in the three-point corner over on the right side where he blocked it out of bounds on a three-point try. Into the game for the first time in the second half for FC is Nehemiah Smith. He's number 30 in white on your team, on your screen. Robinson's pass deflected out by Helm.
Robinson and Miller, they work really well together. They pass it to each other, very unselfish. Can't say that maybe about all the players on their team, but those two are super unselfish.
Pass nearly stolen, but held on to by Robinson. And Cameron Webster saw the clock, and he immediately backed up the dribble. And then he gets fouled by Carson Back. 2 fouls on Back, 2 free throws coming for Lawrence North. Lawrence North on their schedule coming up, they play North Central again on the 19th, which is next Friday. Then they have New Palestine after that on the 24th, and New Palestine is 9-2 on the year. So the remaining opponents for LN are 76-50 in terms of overall records combined. And Franklin Central coming up after this one. They've got Noblesville next Friday at Noblesville. And Noblesville is 11-1. And then after that, they play Perry Meridian, who's struggling this year at 3-11. But then they play Fishers on the 26th of January, and Fishers is the #1 team in Class 4A. Their opponents' records left are 69-34. So both these teams play a tough schedule. They have to this point, and they will the rest of the way. Robinson dishing off, and there's McGrew putting on another great show at the rim, and that's probably the exclamation point. Kai McGrew now with 15 points. Substitutions galore for both teams as they empty it out. What a dish by Robinson there.
Robinson is an excellent passer. Is probably only suspect at shooting the outside shot, the three-point shot, but everything else probably as good as there is in the state at the guard position.
All right, so now all reserves out there for everybody. Jake Eads for Lawrence North. Jamar Thomas back on the floor. Davion Hampton is in once more. And then Cameron Webster stays out there. And then the turnover, and that's picked up off the bounce by Kendall Bell, and the layup is good for Hampton. And then Hampton gets the steal and lays it in. So it's Elijah Thompson for Franklin Central. They've also got Rayhan Gloyesk in there This is only the second game he's played in this season. And Javion Tolliver, and there's another basket as Jamar Thomas. I think Thomas is mad at himself. He thought he was going to have a dunk. Nehemiah Smith is out there too. So is Dante Edwards. So all reserves out there for both teams. That foul was committed by Kendall Bell. Loyesk inbounds. There's Edwards, a three try, no. And the rebound snagged down by Bell. That does it. The Marion County Tournament champions are the Lawrence North Wildcats. They had a hot start to the game, and they finish in style. A lot of big plays. The offense gets it done, and they stay unbeaten on the season. Lawrence North improves to 14-0, and Franklin Central drops to 8-7. And history is made for Coach Chris Giffen of Lawrence North. He is the first coach in the 105-year history of this Marion County tournament to win both the girls and boys county championships. He had won 4 when he coached the girls from 2012 to 2022. So congratulations to Coach Giffen. He has lived through this moment many times as a girls coach. The trophy comes out onto the floor with the Southport staff, who have done a great job hosting the semifinals and of course the final game here. And the Southport Athletic Director giving the championship trophy to the Marion County Tournament champions, that being the Lawrence North Wildcats, as they win this one 78-53. Now, I know this, Mike, regular season tournament champions are not, it's not the same as winning a state championship or going to Gainbridge Fieldhouse and playing there, but these tournaments are a big deal in terms of bragging rights and competitiveness and really just overall fun. It's really hard to beat the Marion County tournament.
Yeah, well, you got to play 4 games in 5 days, so it's a good week's worth of work. You find out a lot about your team, and they're in the running for the state championship. You got Fishers, you got Westfield, you got some teams that are pretty good, but then the Cathedral, but then these guys and Addicts. There's some really good teams in Marion County and the area, the Indianapolis area. The problem is there's only going to be maybe one that gets out.
Yep, there is, and then that's what makes sectional time a lot of fun, and that's not far away. As you take a look at some of the great highlights to finish out this one, the Lawrence North Wildcats, number 2 in Class 4A, show exactly why they have that ranking as they flex their muscle and win the Marion County Tournament title 78-53 over Franklin Central. For Mike Broughton, Vince Morellis, and the rest of our fantastic crew, I'm John Herrick saying so long from Southport High School. You've been watching the Marion County Tournament on the ISC Sports Network.